All right, guys. I'm going to do a run through bull analysis before Tokyo hits and what I expect for tonight for the US dollar and for US pairs, Australia, New Zealand, Euro, Pound, and Gold. Everything's been just on a pretty tight consolidation range. USD-JPY still at the 112.8 area. Have not seen it hit 112.9 to break 113. Ultimate goal, that's what I'd be looking for the 113 price. If not, then it'll just be consolidating at 112.8 and probably back down at 112.6. So probably just a tight consolidation here. That's just from what I see. Okay. If it breaks, like I said, if it breaks 112.9, then I'll be looking for 113. If not, then it'll be just on a tight price range. USD CAD, basically just back on the sell mode. It's going back down 1250. I end up going all the way back down to, yeah, so it's already breaking out from the daily support here. So breaking out daily support, shooting down to 1245, possible 124. USD CAD is by far the weakest US-based currency pair of the week. Canada is pretty strong as of this week. USD Swiss franc. USD Swiss franc was the best performing US currency pair after it hit almost 98 here, this pin bar here. Couldn't hit it, came right back down, tried again, didn't do it. Now it's cut. Now it's just, it has to come back to break 97.8 to break 98. So it's got to break 97,800 to come back to hit the 0.98 here. If it doesn't, then it'll end up being a sell-off. But most importantly, it's sitting here along with the moving average on top and on top of the middle band. Unless I see a couple candles closing below that, then I end up being a short. Euro, on the other hand, I actually thought it was going to hit 121. It didn't. Bam. It just hit this. Hit 120. It hit 128.00. Back down to 126. More than likely, if it doesn't break the 121 upside, then it's just going to be a short again. We'll probably end up be looking at a mid-range price. It needs to break here to come back down to 120. Most importantly, if it breaks this, then it'll come back down to 119. So it has to break 120, come back down to 119. But it'll probably end up consolidating around this, the 120,800 and the 120,400 price range. The pound, on the other hand, is still in the sell mode. It created support at 135.2. It's at 135.4. I am still expecting for it to come back down here, 135.2 to break 135, and to break the bottom band on 134.8. If it does not, then basically you if it does not come down, then you will see a pretty tight price range from 135.4 and probably just the 135.6. So that's what is it? Not even a 200 pip price. Yeah, not even 200 pip gap. 150 pip gap. So Australia hit 78.6. And I know it did this the other day too. Okay, this. I am expecting it to keep going up, to be honest, along with New Zealand. If it does not break a higher price, then it's just gonna be a sell back to what's this? The first support 78.3, break 78.3. We are looking for 78.2. Keeps going from there. Then it'll be a breakdown of 78 to 77.9. Ultimately, it's just been sitting on top of here. So, like I said, we could end up seeing a tight price range for the night until non-farm payroll hits. Since New Zealand is above the upper band, I think it's gonna come back down and within the range here. I don't ever see the candle closing above or below outside of these bands. Okay, if you actually trade with Bollinger Bands, candles gonna come back down. So ultimately, let's see, where we'll have to come back down to close at the 71,400. If it comes down and breaks 71,200, then you can see a break for 7,100. If it doesn't, then more likely you probably just see it break, come to close here for the band, and then shoot right back up. Overall, New Zealand and Australia are the two strongest bullish pairs for the week. So don't get that mixed up. The pound is the weakest so far. USD Swiss franc was the best US-based currency performing pair. But I think USD JPY might end up taking that. So yeah, so right now USD JPY is the strongest US-based currency pair. Following the second would be the USD Swiss franc, and then the one that's dropping the most is the pound. And euro is just ranging from 120, 128 to 126. Gold, let's look at gold here. It did come down. It did come down to break 1308, but it needs to break 1300 to be a huge sell-off. If it doesn't break 1300, then it's going to try for 1324 here. You can see where it's trying to go right now. Let's just check the daily here. So you can see that it could probably try and shoot for 1325, also 1330. It is overbought, but it still has a lot of bullish momentum to keep going. Let me check the weekly here. Yeah, if it breaks that, then it's gonna hit. It's gonna try and do a weekly close for 1340. Probably try and come right back up here to 1350 from where it fell off. Dollar index weak. It came right up barely. Yeah, that pin bar did come up a little bit. 92.27. Back at 91.92. Not a whole lot of movement to push the dollar even further up. It has to break 92 to stay above 92 and break the 92.4, 92.5 range, and then shoot for 93. Otherwise, the dollar is going to end up being a sell this whole week. I will have my final predictions for NFP when I wake up in the morning. So I don't want to get anyone confused on this. Other than that, this is all I've got.